That's staying there. Good. Battery pack already lost 3%. That's not die fast. Gotta love how like technology works. We got 3 viewers. Here we go. Already a like too? Well, let's add them in. 12 viewers. That's skyrocketed. If it lets us actually. Boone.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, sir. How are you doing this evening?
Oh shit, not bad, man, not bad. Just got
Good,
done
good.
watching your show.
Oh, what you think?
That's pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Thank you, thank you. I try. I try.
That was the
Um,
most Ross ever talked.
yeah, that is true. You did have a lot to say tonight.
Well, fucking 4-0 must feel good.
What's that, sir?
I said 4-0 must have Ross feeling good. He talking a lot of shit now.
Still got a lot of work to do here. You took out my players.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did. I just stole all of them.
So, can we talk about that real quick? I'll interview with you, Boone. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
How many guys were supposed to play for Warriors that's on Showtime? I mean, was there a
Well,
merger going on or something between y'all?
well, I mean, a lot of us play together on Blunt Talk and shit like that. So,
True.
um, you know what I mean? So, we're tight with those guys, with Ross and everybody. I mean, we travel together, even ADR, Blunt Talk, shit like that. So, originally in the spring, we wasn't going to have a team in. So, a lot of my guys were playing with Ross's team. You know what I mean? Because we was going to go down to Virginia Beach for all the COVID and shit hit. So we wasn't going to put a team in county.
Right.
And then, so a lot of my guys, Ross is welcome to my guys. Shit, I mean, we're cool. So a lot of them was playing with him.
Brother,
Yeah, and then, I was telling Regan the other day, it all changed as soon as he posted Misfits was in the captain's chat. So as soon as I seen that post, I just followed him right behind it and said Showtime's in. So
that is true too.
And it's been interesting. It's been
yeah.
interesting. Ross, Boone, Regan, the top 3 guys in Washington County right now in terms of recruiting, in terms of building teams. Can we make
Yeah.
that argument?
Oh yeah, I mean because another thing is we've been out on the circuit, all of us. We meet people, we greet people and we talk to people. So nothing like a little bullshit talkers to recruit, man. I mean, that's what you do. That's what this circuit and everything's all about. So,
Can we make an argument?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I've seen the recruiting you've done for Warriors the last couple seasons. It's been a much improved team from where it was many years ago. A lot of that has to be the recruiting that's been going on within the Warriors.
oh, definitely. I mean, and winning games. How's that? That's the big one. I mean, you look at it before fall of 2017. That's when I came in, but I came down and watched spring of 17. And every time somebody had top talent, either they went to Red Knights or Broad Axe because those are the 2 top teams. They play a season or one fall or one spring, automatically get picked up to one of the top teams, and that's how it went. So when you win games, talent will come because nobody likes losing.
All facts. All facts. But let's talk
So,
about your 2020 so far, Boone. It's been quite a wild ride on your end.
oh man, it's been crazy, man. We had started out, Nationals was pretty damn good, man. We made it to the final 8 in 9-man A and 5-man A. So, that's pretty exciting and encouraging way to start the year. And then fucking COVID hits and just now people are sitting in the house for months and months. Then we go down to Richmond, make it to the championship in 5-man A against Main Event. Lost to them on the last second play, man. Last second play. So they're one of the best teams in the country, and we were right there and should have pulled that one home.
That was a good ass game.
That was
Yeah.
I agree. That was
my favorite 5-man game ever.
that was probably my one. That's probably the best one I've witnessed too up close. Was probably that main event Showtime game. That was excellent.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've even went back and watched it probably 2 or 3 times. You're right. It's just a good fucking game. Both teams made plays. Both teams have. I mean, that game had some fucking talent in it, man. I mean, it was loaded with fucking guys.
It was
I mean,
a legit game. Like,
Yeah.
if I were to talk about some of the best games I've ever called, it's up there for sure. It was an
Yeah.
absolute classic. I believe that was the first time you and DeMartelier faced off. Am I correct?
Yes, that was the first time we've ever played against each other. So, that was exciting to have him across to the other sideline there. So you see him make a play, then you got to make a play. He just happened to have the ball last with 14 seconds. And, it is what it is. We lost by 2.
Moving on
So,
past that tournament, Showtime, they've been on tour all summer. You guys went to,
yeah.
what was the tournament in August you guys did? Refresh my memory.
I think that was the Richmond where we played, no, yeah, so the same time we played Mike and them, that was the Richmond tournament, and we played 8-man there that day. And I'll
Camel
never
City
play that.
Classic, what I'm thinking of.
Okay, Camel City Classic. So we went down to North Carolina, went down there for 5-man. We only had 6 of us. We made it to the Final Four. So, I mean, that wasn't bad. We only had 1 sub. I think we played 6 games that day in a row with only 6 of us and made it to the Final Four. And then the next day on Sunday, we played 4-man, and we only had 5 of us. And we made it to championship, and we played Bex plus 1. So in 4-man, never played it before. We made it to the A bracket championship, and we played 7 games that day with just 1 sub. And we got to the championship, and man, we did everything we could just to get there. While we were playing Bex plus 1, their sideline team was pretty cool though. They was fucking giving us drinks, and everybody that was standing around watching was giving us Pedialyte and shit like that because we was cramping up so bad. It was. I mean, I think y'all might even seen the recording. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't even move. But I mean, it was a good experience. Yeah, I mean, good experience. Never playing 4-man before making to a championship. So
Yeah,
we just gotta bring.
awesome.
Yeah, we gotta bring one of these some bitches home though. I'm tired of getting the championship and then fucking losing that thing, man. I need I need a title, man. I need another title.
You're getting closer, Boone. You're getting really close in this.
Yeah.
But the 5-man roster limit is about.
I think it's 12.
See, it's weird because the tournament I was looking at for the breast cancer awareness one says 15.
Okay, yeah. I mean, some could be different. I thought the ones in North Carolina was 12.
Was it 12? Okay.
I think so. I'm not real sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 12.
Gotcha.
Well, what keeps happening to us is we get guys that can't go. So what I do is we pick guys up from down there that are already playing other formats and shit. But then, by the time you get playing, some guys have already played 10 damn games that day. So it left us shorthanded that day. And we went back to North Carolina, so we went back a month later. And we
Top
played
Gun Nationals.
we played Top Gun Nationals, and it was the same way. We ended up not having a lot of people because everybody was playing different events. So, but we played 7-man AFFL style down there. So, we did pretty good on that. I think we went 3-2. And we actually had the lead with, I think, like 50 seconds left in the game. They did an onside kick and scored a touchdown off of it. It went two of our guys tipped the ball, and they caught it and ran it to the house with 40 or 50 seconds left. So lost on damn Hail Mary to get into the championship. Or we was in the Final Four of that. So that shit sucked.
Rough one, man. But like I said, you guys are getting there. Just for each passing tournament, you're getting closer. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
it seems like
yeah,
something just goes awry.
yeah. It's hard to get the right commitment when you travel. Also, you know what I mean. People got lives and shit going on. So it's hard to keep the same rotation of guys when you travel, and you kind of need that, you know, camaraderie and shit. That way, I know where to throw the guys, and they played our style and our scheme and shit like that. So it's tough when you got to play with random people all the time. But we're getting there. We're getting there, man. We're getting better. So yeah,
I'm good, man.
yeah. I'm looking
I wish
forward
I
to.
could. I feel like I can play
So
5 minutes.
yeah, yeah. I gotta see what they can do in the captain's meeting because we're going to Pittsburgh August 17th and 18th for the
Ain't doing nothing.
Nationals down there in Pittsburgh. Oh, they ain't nobody changing. They're not gonna change that shit with
Ain't
me.
doing nothing.
No, yeah, they're not. So yeah, we're going to a national tournament in Pittsburgh August 17th and 18th for 5-man and 4-man. So hopefully we'll have our group of guys for that shit.
Excited about that. That should be a good one.
Yep.
That's a big football weekend, actually, now that I think about it. But it's going to be really good.
Yeah, you got
So,
York and all that stuff. Yeah.
oh yeah, we'll be live for that one. We announced that earlier tonight. We'll have full coverage of day 2 of York.
Hell yeah.
Should be good. Pittsburgh should be awesome. Looking forward to that. Speaking of Showtime, though, and other formats, what is the status of the Showtime 9-man team on terms of traveling?
We're I think I think we're good to go. For
Because we
some
haven't
reason,
quite seen.
what's up?
Because we've been wondering exactly what we would see. I know Atlantic City, there were a lot of big plans for Showtime. You guys had perhaps your most loaded roster to date coming to
Oh
a
yeah,
tournament.
we were unreal for that weekend. I think we had a full roster of 32 or 33, whatever the roster was. We were full and loaded. We wasn't like, you know, just regular special teams guys. We had legit players up and down the roster. So Nationals, I think we're good for Nationals. I just talked to Jamie today about that. I'm still waiting, a couple linemen to get confirmed. Ross hasn't said whether he was going or not yet either.
Well,
So,
we know.
You going to Nationals?
Cool, January.
Yeah,
Down Florida.
I'm going.
it's in Orlando. So,
Best field I've seen so far, Northeast Regional.
I think Cam and Moats, I think they're trying to check and make sure they're good. Hopefully Brock can go, and then I got most of my guys. Brady just gave me the okay Saturday that he's good to go.
Oh,
Dude.
Brady.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
So
if we can add Cam to this mix, I'll definitely
He
get him.
said Cam's looking to it.
yeah, I think
Moats
Cam
is
said
too.
he should be good.
You mentioned Brock as well.
All right, all
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, Ross, you got to talk to Brock. I haven't spoke to him.
Gotcha,
So,
bro. Let me
um,
you talk about
Jut says he's good to go.
Ooh,
So,
start,
I mean,
starting to like what this team's looking like.
yeah, I'm trying to get. I need my 3X Dogs guys like I had in Ocean City or Virginia Beach, one of them two, when we played Lions and Bulldogs. If I can get those guys there, plus the new acquisitions that we've had, Dom's going to go. I got a couple more linemen I can't remember, but I've talked to a bunch of big guys. So our skill guys will always be solid at that spot.
I'm trying to bring back. What's the roster limit for that?
What's the roster limit? He asked.
I think it's 32 or 30.
32 or 30.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll talk, dude. We'll talk.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
so will you guys be entering just 9-man nationals, or are you doing other nationals?
No, we're gonna do 5 also. We're gonna do
Okay.
5 also.
And I believe
I'm
5 is going to be on the same place as 9-man is down there.
Yeah, I think that's what they were talking about, so that's good. And then some of us are playing with Chile's 35 and over team.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that one.
Yeah, so like me, Mouse, Ant, um, Cody from 7 Point, couple 7 Point guys. We got a loaded ass roster for that, so that's gonna be fun playing 7-man with those guys.
Nice.
And from
That's
what I
going to be
heard,
awesome.
Matty Ice is supposed to be going down there playing too.
What is
So
it? 35 plus 7, man?
Yeah.
yep,
Ooh,
And they might be getting Matt Eisenberg.
shit.
yeah. Chili
If I
told
go
me he was
down,
confirmed.
if I'm not going down, I'll stream that if I was being around.
I think it'd be awesome. That's going to be an awesome week.
Yeah.
I'm looking
35
forward to
plus
it.
7, man.
So I think we'll be doing 5 and 9, and then a bunch of us are gonna be playing with Chili in 7. So pretty exciting.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be awesome. So that's what's going on with Showtime on the circuit. Let's transition to Washington County. So far this season, Boone, we've seen a very thin Showtime roster, but it don't seem to no matter how many members you got, you guys are still winning and making it look easy.
Yeah, I mean that's I ain't gonna say we make it look easy, but because um, we play our guts out no matter what the score is. We just go out there and play football. So that's just what we do.
You could blame the Boone
And then
factor.
our main goal for this regular season is something that I learned from Ross from AFN when they came down and beat us. They just
2018.
yeah they didn't worry about the regular season. They just brought their guys and got them eligible for the playoffs. You know.
And I get the feeling we haven't seen time yet.
Hell no.
No. We've only had like 14 guys each game so far. So
And that's the
basically, what
crazy
we're
part
yeah,
is, yeah, it's been a solid 14, and
yep.
they're coming out. You guys are coming out firing on all cylinders.
Oh yeah. I mean, because of the 14 is our normal guys, our base guys. So those are the guys we play with all the time. So it's not hard to fit in what we do. We got so many guys that can play different spots. I mean, I got my
Big
center play.
facts.
I mean, my kicker playing center. You know what I mean? And
Oh
he's
yeah,
done that for years. So,
you guys are all
but
around legitimate flag football players.
right. So right now, what I'm just trying to do the regular season is if I can get 2 guys every week just to make it to the games to be eligible for playoffs. I mean, that's really our goal. I'm not really worried about the regular season so much. We just want to make sure we get everybody there, everybody's ready for playoffs. They're eligible. So that's the goal right now.
I like it.
So I mean,
So
I go back to last fall where before we used to fucking when we were ADR, man, we was just trying to win every game, blow people out, this and that, and we wasn't really focused on the main goal, which was the championship, until last fall when, we lost a couple games and um, I think that was our most fun season, really. We was just everybody was enjoying ourselves just going out there and playing and because we knew what we was going to do come playoffs. So we just got guys eligible last fall. Just got them eligible, make sure they was there. Then come playoffs, and then we dominated. So I, that's the route Showtime's going this season.
And I believe that is something that's going to work out very well for Showtime come playoffs because I think they're going to end up coming out with one of the best rosters in this league.
They have the talent to do it.
Oh yeah, we still got our dogs to come. I mean, I'll have a couple each week show up, and hopefully I can keep the core there to where we at least have 14 every week until playoffs come. So right now that's our goal.
I like it. I like it. What are your impressions of Washington County as a whole this season?
My impressions of Washington County is guys are starting to become flag football players. I feel like all these teams have gotten so much better. I mean, when I go back and you post those highlights of 2016 and 17, hell, even ADR's 17 and 18, I don't think any of those teams were very good. You go back and watch them play, and I'm like, man, these teams ain't very good. And now I feel like every team is starting to learn the game, learn the styles, and each and every week you never know what you're going to get, and any team can beat you. Um, Man, I really like what I'm seeing from Washington County.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's been a lot of growth in this league. I feel like we are the most competitive season that we've had to date.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just take a look at what X Dogs look like. I mean, this is the same X Dogs that's been winning games for 10 years. But there's
Mm-hmm.
so much talent. There's so much talent in Washington County right now that the X Dogs ain't even looking good right now. I mean, they can still get it going because they have Matty Ice and those big guys. But there's so much talent and speed in this league right now. It's scary for anybody, man.
New talent coming out this season.
Yeah, there is a heck of a lot of young talent.
Yeah. I mean, think of it like this: Washington County is getting so much better that Regan brought all of OMFFL come down to beat us all up.
Not even just
So,
them, man. He's hitting YFFL too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the kind of talent Washington County has right now. Regan done pulled out all the Jerry Jones moves. He's coming down to beat us all up, man.
Speaking
He's
of
loaded
Reagan,
up.
what happened with Rampage there, Boone?
Huh?
You went down and played with them if it felt like
Yeah, I
so.
did, man. I did.
How was
Regan
that?
hit
You're
me
trying to go
up.
against AFN again.
Oh man, it was fun. It was fun. It was I mean, it's different, man. You go down, they let me come down and rock with them a game. They needed a quarterback, so um, I went down to rock with them and shit. And it's just different, man. Those guys play a different style than what I play. So um, shit, the games happen so fast. There were quarters where we didn't even get the football. Like a
Yeah,
team
I
would
see
run
that.
6 or 7 plays and the whole quarter was out. So it's crazy. You might get 3 possessions a game down there. It's like nothing I've ever seen. I think they said that quarters are only 10-minute quarters and shit like that. So but I think those guys they play one style, I play another style. So I think by the end of the second game, I think we finally meshed together. So we didn't even get to see what we could really do because the games are so quick. But I enjoy playing with those guys, man. I'm glad Regan brought me down there. They got a hell of a turf field down there, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, they had a hell of a turf field indeed. So, I love going down to
Yeah.
those mills. What are your impressions of the league overall?
Down there,
Yeah.
and I didn't really get to see all the teams, because we drive so far. We got there. We seen the one game before us, and then maybe a half a game of after us, and it was just Grammys and shit like that. But after seeing that down there, I'm really thinking about taking Showtime down there for the spring.
I say it's worth a shot, man. I mean, if you
Yeah,
want to be the best, you got to play the best. And right now,
yeah,
I think the best league in this four-state area in terms of overall talent is the
yeah.
OMFL.
Well, I just got to talk to the guy, make sure he can work with our scheduling and shit like that. But I'm really thinking about it if we can get the scheduling right.
I think it'd be a great experience, Boone.
Yeah, yep. But Washington County, go back to Washington County. I think pure chaos needs an offensive line
Yeah.
bad, or they're not going to last in the league unless they find some linemen. I mean, if they have any decent players, they'll get picked up on other teams by next year, and they'll be done because there's no way they can play in Washington County if they show up with no offensive line. They might as well go to KFFL and they'd be able to compete a little bit better.
That's
Well,
the
listen,
thing.
then come from though. That's part of the problem.
With I mean, they don't have that many East guys on the team. They got Devin, they got BJ, they got Houston and Vontae, and they got Joe and they got a Roadshow. But
Yeah,
hold on, there's other guys on the team who could use the seasoning as well.
From where?
I mean,
yeah,
Z-Man is coming in from 8 man
You
to
said
9 man.
eight man from where?
He's coming from 8 man to 9 man. Z-Man
Eight
is.
man from where?
yeah.
I heard he won a lot of championships, is what I was told.
From where?
I
Shit,
heard that from Ron. I
fucking
don't
toilet
know.
bowl
I just
championship.
saying. I heard he won a
Yeah,
lot of championships. Z-Man is a very
no,
accomplished
man.
8 man quarterback. I'm sure you've
And
heard of him, dude.
no, no,
Okay.
I sure
Uh,
haven't. I watched him play, and it's not good.
That's what I'm
what do
So
you think Chaos needs to do to improve on that end? Because I said
they
earlier, I think Devin should be
You
quarterback.
already said it a lot.
Devin has to be quarterback, and they need to find some type of line. I mean, you know, linemen don't have to be great, but you got to have guys that are willing to stand there and fight for you and try to stay in front of guys. And as soon as they snap the ball in pure chaos, everybody just clears out, and it's an all-out blitz to the quarterback. So you know so pure chaos got to get a O line, or they should go to KFFL to practice and play up there. Who's number 8 on your list?
I had X Dogs.
X Dogs. I hate to say it,
Yeah.
man, but they got to recruit outside of their friends list.
Got to find something. They got to find talent. I mean, there's plenty of talent out there, but
Yeah,
I think right now they just don't have it.
They should be.
no, they got to find some guys, man, because a lot of those guys are getting older and slower, and this league's just getting faster and faster and faster. So, um, yeah, Matt's got to start recruiting if he wants to keep up in county.
I agree 100%. That is the biggest thing they're missing right now is the
Yeah.
athletes who can help them out.
Right. And who's 7?
Seventh was programmed.
7 was programmed. They need shit. I don't know. They need guys to show up.
That's a
Cortez will
fact.
miss 1 week. Devin will miss a week.
They need guys to
Their
show up
linemen will
and get the
miss
win.
here and that. They got to have all their guys show up
Right.
because some teams can play half-assed and shorthanded like Showtime. I've seen the Warriors do it. There's certain teams that can play shorthanded. Program's not one of them. They need all their engines going at one time.
I agree. That's something they've been missing. I mean, they've had a hard time filling their entire roster. I mean,
Right.
like you haven't seen everybody out there, but at the same time, as I said earlier on the show, I just feel like that offense has hit a wall.
Well, it's possible, but you take a look at the 3 defenses they just played. They're 1, 2, and 3.
That's the thing,
So,
yeah. And that's another
you
counterpoint
know,
is that they have played the three best teams in the league.
yeah, I need to see them play. All right, after this week, judge them because who do they? Oh, they play Chaos. Now you can't judge them after this week. So their real
I
test
mean,
will
if they lose to
be
Chaos, I could judge them.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Obviously, but as far as rating them, you got to wait till they start playing. Ruckus. Who else is out there? X Dogs and some of those teams, and see how they compete. Their offense might not be bad when they play against those teams.
We'll see. We shall see.
Right. So what
Number
about
6 is Spartans, by the way.
the Spartans?
Yeah.
Spartans fast as hell, man. Them guys are fast. I go out and watch them practice on Wednesdays, and talk to them and bullshit with them because they practice right up by my house. So they're fast as hell, man. They got but they've had problems with drops and shit like that. So because they should have won week one, but they had like 4 or 5 drops. A couple of them was in the end zone or first downs or whatever. So they catch the ball, they got the speed, um, and they damn sure got. They just gotta get it together.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be a core there. They have the best all season work out of anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah. They've had a lot of practice.
yeah, they definitely been practicing, but it's one thing to practice when you only got 8 guys, and then game time you got 25. So
Facts.
basically, all practice you did, didn't mean shit because now you have a whole new lineup.
100%
Right.
agree on that.
Yeah.
Number 5 was Broadax, who, like I said, I feel like they don't have much speed on that defense.
They they don't have a flag football defense yet. A lot of those guys haven't transitioned to flag football yet. So, they're going to take some lumps throughout the season. I don't know if they can get it straight by this playoffs, but I'm sure by next spring, those guys play a little bit more flag football and shit like that. I think they'll get a little better.
I think so too. I think it's just, you think about it, their pass rush is not great. They have Ridenauer, but,
Yeah.
and I mean, they got Tivis. Don't get me wrong. They got Tivis too. But what else do they have to rush?
No, yeah, I mean, they got the one
And,
man wrecking machine. That's it. That's it. I mean,
yeah.
Tivis, I love Tivis. He's good and he can go up the middle, but you could see what they Marty did. All he did was roll left or roll right, and Tivis is a non-factor because he's still in the middle of the field. So,
And if
um,
Marty can exploit that, I think other quarterbacks like Eisenberg and like you
yeah,
could easily exploit that as well.
right, yeah, exactly. And Tay from Misfits, you
Tay as
know,
well, yeah.
yeah. So all those guys will be able to, you know, control that D line or the 1 or 2 guys that they got blitzing. And then their secondary, like I said, they're still learning the flag football game. So, Tom basically is building for the future, but, his offense is built for now. His defense is built for the future. Because
He does
the
have a lot
defense
of
needs
young
time.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that D line, they need edge rushers, like actual edge rushers who
Right.
could chase the
Yeah.
quarterback.
Right. Yep. I mean,
But as
right
far
now,
as like
Tom's been
bringing
picking up skill guys.
he is getting better skill guys. It's just I feel like what's
Yeah.
hurting them is
Yeah.
um just not really having the athletes in that front area with the linebacking core
Right.
or even on the D line to help out.
Right. And you look at the offensive side of the ball. Um, where's Big Mike been? Where's he been? I mean, I see him on the sidelines half the time. They're not even involving him in the game. I mean, the dude's been the best tight end in this league for how many years, Joe?
Phew, since I got here.
All right, well, there you go. And I bet, and how many games have they played? 2, 3, 4?
I think they're the fourth one, yeah.
All right, so they played 4 games, and I bet he don't have 10 catches.
He don't have many. I think the most he had touches wise was in that first game against X Dogs. Outside of that, I haven't really seen much of him.
I Yeah, I haven't seen him do anything. So I don't know what they're calling in the huddle, but they need to figure out how to get him involved and get him going, because he can open up that whole offense.
Next team on the list was Ruckus.
Ruckus, shit. I mean, I'd like to see their full team. They're kind of like Showtime. They've just been showing up with whatever they could and playing hard as fuck. So I give them guys credit, man. They just show up and play, and no matter what they have, every guy's playing out of position. So, I can't ain't nothing really negative to say about them until I see what actually they really line up with. But they're playing hard right now, so I give them credit, man. They're like I said, they remind me of some of our teams that we've had show up with ADR over the years. Just show up with whoever you got and just figure it out 5 minutes before the game, and they've been playing good. So
Yeah, and it's the thing is like they're not a bad team. They really aren't. And
no,
I did think that merger helped them with Brunswick a lot. It gave them help on the O line, which they needed. Bringing in
yeah,
Adam has been a big help, and using Marty as
yeah.
well. If you were Ruckus, would you go Adam or Marty?
Let's just say this: unless they show up with the fucking semi-pro offensive line, I'd go with Marty.
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, if you don't have a big offensive line, don't put Adam back there. He's just gonna get sacked because he's not mobile. Um, I mean, I liked what Marty was doing. He was rolling left or rolling right, making the plays easy. He'd roll right, do a couple curls and some drags and shit, and he's moving the ball up and down the field, man. I really liked what he was doing.
I did too. He performed, and we talked about broadbacks and their struggles in mobile quarterbacks. That's always seemed to be a problem with them going back to
Oh yeah,
when Justin Fox was doing it back in the day.
right, exactly. Like you said, because
And
they got one rusher and just roll away from him. That's exactly what Marty did. So, I thought he
mhm.
played a hell of a game.
Number 3 is Warriors.
Warriors. I like to see what their full roster is also. They've been. I feel like they got some guys coming that hasn't. But
Yeah,
Foster
the
stepped
pieces
in,
that
got
they
them
have
some
involved.
wins.
Yeah.
Uh, and if you got Kevin Clancy, you always got a chance for a title. So, um, I'm not sure what their secondary is going to be like right now. I mean, I feel like ain't nobody really been able to test them downfield yet.
A couple people have tried.
I mean,
Yeah.
they faced a few quarterbacks who are what I
I played
consider.
corner the other day, so sleep on 'em.
Who's the Warriors played?
They played program, Showtime, Spartans, and
No,
Rocket. Or sorry, I didn't mean to
they
say
haven't
Showtime.
played
I meant
Showtime.
Spartans. I meant to say Spartans.
So they
Program,
played program.
Spartans, Ruckus, and who's the fourth team you played? X Dogs. X Dogs.
All right. So which one of them teams really, other than the game, goes downfield? I don't think really none of them really threw the ball that much.
Program.
Matt normally
Well,
runs around.
Ant runs, but he tends to favor the deep ball a good bit when you watch him play.
Yeah, but I mean, they might have thrown 10 passes the whole game against the Warriors with all the bad snaps and the sacks
That'd
and
be
shit
about
like
accurate.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, so if I'm gonna say anything's gonna hurt the Warriors in the end, it's gonna be I don't know if their secondary is as good as it's been. We know their D line is one of the best in the league. And then I just need to see if who's Clancy going to bring down when the big games come up.
That is the biggest question. What does the Warriors have in their back pocket?
Right.
It's
Yep.
going to be really interesting.
Yep.
Number two was Misfits. Your impression of the Misfits so far?
Oh shit. Well, I think we've only seen what 30 of the 50-man roster, so we're still waiting to see what they got coming. I know Regan's a fucking hell of a negotiator, man. He's a good ass dude too. So I'm sure a lot of guys want to play for him, and I'm sure
Vinny's
he's gonna come loaded. What'd you say, Ross?
You're underselling him at 50 players.
Yeah, I'm a little short on that, huh?
I
So,
believe
well,
so. Come playoff
I
time,
mean,
they're gonna
right.
slaughter the sideline.
So we don't even know if we've seen Misfits starting offense or defense yet. I guess we got to wait till October 3rd to see who their starters are.
I think that's going to be an interesting day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we're about a week away from that. We'll cover that next week's episode.
right. Oh, I
I
just hope
feel
we
like,
don't show up. Yeah.
but you just hope you don't
Go.
show up with low numbers.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping we'll show up with like 14. That's going to be a long day if we do.
Better than 8.
Yeah, better than 8, right. I mean, I was telling Don on the sideline the other day because I was scared we wasn't going to have many people. And he was like, how many you think you have? I said, I don't give a shit. As long as we got 9, I think we can win. So I just need 9 people out there, and then I'll feel good.
Is that old
So,
mantra? All you got, all you need.
yeah, there we go. Nah, we can't bring that red light shits over here. We like winning. I can't roll like that, man. Hell no.
Remember when I said that you were, man, but you got me, I'm like, I'll never say that.
Shit. We can't bring that up. Damn.
Man. I
So,
want to ask your thoughts on a couple of tournaments, like
all right.
how they about everything else. Your impressions on Summer Showdown, going back to July.
Oh shit. Fuck. What was that though? What tournament was that?
That was the York one.
Man, I don't like fuck with them York tournaments. That shit just it's bad. Is that the one where Brock and Moats got knocked out and shit?
Yeah, that was a rough day.
I still say if Brock don't get knocked out, I think we could have beat Rampage that game.
Brock Carter, elbow.
Brock was a big loss, yeah.
I mean,
Like,
we had our starting offensive line and we went right down and scored easily, and then Brock went out and it was kind of. I mean, we was using the tight end and Swole was out there trying to block, and there's Rampage and PME guys, man, they're fucking good. So if you don't
Devin
have a
Gary,
true lineman, right?
he was,
Yeah,
he's still.
it's gonna be a long day.
oh yeah.
I
I mean, it
mean, Devin
was.
played good though, but he's just not used to
He
that
did,
spot.
but he's still salty though.
He held his own. Like that's the thing. Like it's hard to play. It's
Yeah,
hard to play guard when you've never played it before.
right. And I mean, he did good. It's no knock on anybody. We showed up with fucking not much of anything, man. I think everybody bailed on us and kind of left us in a tough spot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Um,
But they
your
had 2
impression?
referees there, and that was just terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, the championship games were legit. I felt Rampage and BC Elite had 2 great championship games back to back.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, the games wasn't bad. Just you show up with 2 referees for a 9-man tournament that lasts all day. It's just I didn't like that.
Yeah, I understand that. Your impressions on how Worlds went last year, or rather, not
Worlds.
last year, but like
I
January.
got you. I got you. Man, I like it. I think it did good. I was glad nine man had their own fields. Everybody's thought nine man always started the fights and all that shit. Then we get out there and you hear all the fights, the parks getting shut down from all the other leagues and shit like that. And nine man was perfect, man. We was up there by ourselves, out the way. Jamie runs some good shit up there, man. It was a good tournament.
What did you think of East Coast Nationals?
I liked it, man. I like the people that run that. They're really good, man. They're really good. She runs that Camel City stuff, and
Crystal
she knows what
Weaver.
she's doing. Yeah, she knows what she's doing, man. She's a good woman, and she sets up some good tournaments, and she pays out good money and shit too. So they're not up there making bank. I mean, she pays out. So man, I would join anything that she runs. And I suggest a lot of the teams in the Washington County they start getting seeing some of those little tournaments and traveling for those 5-man shits. I mean, they're really good tournaments once she runs.
Yeah, I strongly recommend what Krista and Camel City do.
Yeah,
Um, I would assume that Camel City Classic went pretty well based on what you said about Richmond as well.
yeah. I mean, they run some good shit, man. Anything that she runs, I'd be a part of.
Your thoughts on Top
Smooth.
Gun Nationals?
Um, it was all right. I mean, that guy did pretty good too. And from what I've heard, a lot of people didn't like it and didn't even want to go back to his style tournaments. But from what I've seen, it was a lot better this time than it had been in the past. So he's still growing and trying to get shit together and things right. The only thing I didn't like about it is some of the referees that he had, they were refereeing styles that they've never refereed before, and you just can't do that when we're playing for a bunch of money and guys are competitive. You can't do that.
Your impressions on what's going on with the whole national situation with the move from Panama City Beach to Orlando?
I like it. I'd rather be in Orlando. It's cheaper, easier. We can get housing. I was kind of bummed out when they said we was going to Panama City after we looked up prices and places to stay, and it was gonna be hard to get 9-man teams down there because there was no housing. I mean, how are you gonna you need a house where you can have 10, 12 guys and it's cheap on everybody. Everybody can pay $60 and you're there for the week. But in Panama City, I mean, each person was going to have to pay $200 or $300 just to stay. So the prices were outrageous, and I'm so happy it went to Orlando.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually trying to stay where I went last year, which was a mile from the field.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome. Really excited for that. Your impressions on the Corona Classic up in New York they're doing?
So that's the 9-man one, right? Or is that
Yeah, so basically, GCFFA has been running tournaments every month. Well,
yeah.
starting last month, and then this month they're running another one, and then the next 3 months they are where they're going to be at New Rochelle, New York, which
Right.
ironically enough, where the outbreak for Corona happened at.
Right.
And that's where they're
Well,
calling it the Corona Classic, and they're
right.
doing five.
I you know I heard they're dividing it up into 2 weekends. So basically, I guess they're just doing it for the local teams and somebody and people near the area because I don't think any team outside of the area is going to be able to travel all the way up there for 2 separate weekends.
Well, I know that there was some talks of it, but right now, what's preventing teams from entering the Corona Classics are the New York travel bans that Governor Cuomo has
Right.
instated.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because I heard you'd have to rent a car with, New Jersey or New York plates just to get up there. So,
yeah. I think it's awesome that they're able to get a bubble going right now. I kind of hope we can
Right.
find some kind of bubble here in the DMV because we haven't hosted a tournament all season.
Right. Yeah. The
Um,
one tournament I want to get to is I want to get to the one up there that 6-on-6 tournaments they be doing. Where they host those at though, with the goats and all them be playing in.
there's different people who host them. I think XFFL does one. I think a couple guys do it. Like I'm not 100% familiar with the promoters in PA
Right.
and up around New York. Um,
Yeah.
but that's what I've gathered at least. Um,
Yeah. I want to get down there in one of those 6-on-6 tournaments. Definitely. I want to get in one of those with main event and all those guys and the goats. So that's what I want to do. Hopefully, um, probably get one in the spring whenever they do one.
your impressions on KFFL this season?
KFFL too fucking early.
Too early?
Too fucking early. I mean, I don't know. They know all the teams are traveling. I mean, all the teams are traveling. So you expect us to leave our house at 6:30 in the morning and get up there to play football at 8 o'clock? It's the weather's getting cold. I mean, guys could pull hamstrings or get cramps or anything up there. Playing that early. I mean, that's just I didn't like that. I mean, at least start at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock is just man, that's some crap.
Yeah, so it's one of the cases where like, and I'm gonna speak like on the record like with it. We've been heavily restricted by Parks and Rec this year. They
Right?
have,
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
yeah, they've just paralyzed us to the point where if we try to start at 9, we wouldn't be able to run 2 games in a day.
Oh
They want us
wow.
off the field by 12 p.m. every Sunday.
Well, y'all should have. What you could have did then, if you run 2 games, start at 9 and there's no halftime. I mean, there is a halftime, but you just turn it straight around and play right through.
It was one of those
Um,
things where the day of the schedule being dropped, they out of nowhere told us that we had to be off the field by 12. Before that, it was
right,
supposed to be 1 o'clock. And so things
right,
just changed on us. Then we went from having 3 games to just 2. It's
right.
just it's one of those things. Like what's hurting the league right now is just bad circumstances. We couldn't play
Yeah,
on Saturdays because there's no referees available. Not many are trained out here in
right,
this area. Sunday was the best bet, but unfortunately with Sunday, you have to take the morning because soccer has the afternoon.
right. Well, no, I'd rather play in the morning, but 8 a.m. for teams that are traveling. I mean,
It's
I
hard.
know at least two of the five are coming over an hour and a half. Blunt Talk and Villains.
Same for
I
Green
mean,
Machine. Green Machine has a lot of players from Inwood and Martinsburg.
right. So, from my house in Martinsburg, it's like an hour and 25 minutes or hour and 20 minutes or something. So we got to leave by 6:30 in the morning just to get there on time. And
Trust
that,
me,
that shit's
I dread waking up for it.
right. And, so if anything, if they could have just started a little later, that would have been a lot better. And what's the rule? You got to play 3 games to make the playoffs. So people that showed up for 2 games can't play in the playoffs.
That's the rule. You gotta be over 3 or you can't play.
Oh shit! Oh damn. Well, we only got 2 games left, so whoever you bring won't even be eligible for playoffs if they haven't showed up yet.
Well, the thing is, rosters lock on week 5 too. They lock October 4th, so
Oh,
nobody could
okay.
be added here after week 5 in KFFL.
Okay, gotcha.
So even if you were sitting at say 23 guys, you can't add
Yeah.
7 like after week 5.
Yeah, but I know we got a couple guys on our roster that haven't made any games, so even if they come to play the last 2 games, they still can't play in the playoffs.
That is the unfortunate part of it, and that's what's been. Well, a lot of us that hurt us is we had guys get injured. I'm not going to say names, but I know like one of our players got hurt on Saturday night, and he couldn't make Sunday morning, which resulted in him not being
Right.
eligible as a result. But it's one
Right.
of those
Exactly.
things. But like that's a whole. We'll get it figured out on that end. But that's the case for everybody right now. Is they got to get everything done. Week 5's the final week. I think it's actually there's been some competitive. Like I see teams going at it and playing. That's what I've noticed. Um, there a lot of those guys are learning. Is the biggest observation is
Yeah.
what I've seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, those guys up there, they're playing hard. They're learning. It's probably where pure chaos should have been, and I felt like that would have made that league a lot better if pure chaos was in there because it gives it more teams for Green Machine, Browns, Killer Bees. I feel like those guys would have been more competitive with each other, and it would have gave them better games throughout the season. Because I mean, the villains in Blunt Talk, they're way better than the other teams. Um, so I wish I don't know. We should have played villains 3 times of our games. So instead of playing
We'll
some of
get
them other
villains
teams.
3 times.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah, we will. You're right about that. But
I'm already ready for the
um,
rematch with Killer Bees.
yeah, yeah. When is our next game up there?
October 11th.
October 11th. All right, good. So when is the playoffs up there?
So it could be flexed anytime from either the 15th to the 29th. Right now it's the 29th because they want to give a bye week for the circuit tournament schedule for that weekend, which is Capital Classic at the moment.
Okay, yeah, that's good because if that's in Baltimore, I'm pretty sure Showtime's going, and a lot of us wouldn't be able to be there.
Yeah, I know that I told Eric about it, and I felt like it was the best decision that if it does happen to take off that week
Right,
because it's just best to let people travel instead of restricting people. We are actually
right.
taking off York weekend too.
Okay, yeah, good. Because I think from what I heard, ain't the bees trying to go up there or
Yes, Robert has been talking about it for a bit. Him and Eric want to put a team in. Um, the deadline for York is October 3rd. We'll see if they get a chance to enter or not. I know right now York's at 15 teams. That's going to be a one
yeah.
bracket tournament again.
Okay, that's good. Don't do no A and B. Put them all together. Be the best way.
So, my question: if you were to make
Yep.
changes to 9 man, what would you make?
If I was to make changes in 9 man,
Yeah.
oh shit. Let's see. Um, I don't know because it's strange. Because sometimes if you got shorts on and you hold them, it's a penalty when it shouldn't be. So they definitely need to clarify that damn rule. Because I always heard is if you have shorts on, there is no holding. You can pick them up, rip them, throw him down by it, whatever. They need to clarify that. Um, I'd like for them to clarify the whether the ineligible receivers and stuff. I'm pretty sure in circuit play they just do 5 on the line, so that's why we kind of changed county to that rule. Um, Trying to think, what other rules are there? I'd like to see them change the onside kick rule to the AFFL rules, kind of like Regan had Washington County change it to.
Yes.
So that's a big thing. I think a lot of leagues are starting to go to that because I feel like it's the best way.
If you were to have another style be added to the area, what would you add?
To the area, 5 man.
Because right now we only play 9 man on the I-81 corridor.
5 man's all over the world. non-contact is what's basically going into the Olympics. So 5 contact and 5 non-contact they're huge right now. So I would definitely do those 2 styles. It might be easier to do 5-man contact at first, so guys can transition over easier from 9-man to 5. So 5-man contact is definitely what we need to get going.
If you were to add a winter league or a summer league, what would you do?
A winter or summer league? Shit, that's probably where I do the 5-man leagues. Do them over the summer and the winter because you don't need as many people to play. So over the summer, put a roster of 15. That way, if guys go on a vacation or something, you'd still be able to fill the roster pretty easy. You could just show up with 6 people and you'd be able to play. So I definitely say 5-man over summer and winter would be easier.
Your current thoughts on anything else going on in the flag football world?
I didn't hear you that, bud. What'd you say?
Your current thoughts on anything else going on in the flag football world?
It's huge. It's fucking surprising to me, man. It's surprising that flag football has gotten this big everywhere, and it's fucking popular, man. I mean, when I go down to them tournaments and watch the girls play, them chicks can play, man. They're fucking practicing. They got coaches. Dude, it is fucking huge how big flag football has gotten. So I've been saying it since I came in the league in 2017. Fall of 2017, I told guys, like, hey, y'all need to get out there, learn different styles of flag football because it's going to be around for a while, man. It's huge.
Yeah, I 100% agree on that, and I feel like we are at an all-time high for the sport.
Yeah, look at some of the views that you get on your games and shit now. I mean, it's getting 5K and shit like that. People into flag football, they want to play flag football. They want to watch flag football. I mean, hell, look at the jerseys that are being sold. Guys are selling jerseys, shirts, and everybody in the flag world is supporting each other too. So I mean, it's a good fucking family, man. It's a fun thing to be a part of on that circuit. So I suggest a lot of these teams start reaching out and playing on some teams or put their own teams in. It's a fun ride right now.
I agree 100%. Any final thoughts this evening, Boone?
No, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. I think everybody loves your shows and respects you, and keep doing your shit. Flag football, baby. That's all we want to do. Can't wait
And
for
we're going to keep
Saturday.
it going.
Yep. All right, brother. You tell Ross good night, and I'll talk to you later, bro. All right, man.
All right, man. See you
Peace.
Saturday.